All right. So T90 reached out to me, which was, I don't know, kind of a big deal for me. I sent him a bunch of messages very, very early on in my Age of Empires casting career, if you can even call that. But I just said, hey man, really cool stuff that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You really inspired me. And yeah, saw your drill time and blah blah blah. So we're talking about drill time here specifically, talking about my kids and whatnot. And look at this, T90. What a wholesome individual. Gave me a little bit of a heart. I'm a total fangirl for T90. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think he's an awesome personality, very positive influence on the community. And I wanted to get his take on the drill time situation because I heard that there were allegations of him cheating. And I know that T90 was on the bandwagon that he was indeed cheating. So on September 21st, I said, just heard about drill time and his cheating. I know of drill time, but never knew that he was a cheater. I do not condone this type of behavior and believe cheaters should be banned as it ruins the integrity of the game. Do you have a recording in which this is clearly visible that he is cheating? I casted a game of Wasp, which was supposedly drill time as well, in which he finds a wood line out of nowhere, but maybe you have a better recording. That same day, and I actually missed this. I'm casting this. I'm recording this on October the 3rd, so now you guys can see how long it takes me to release these types of videos and how much time I've spent on this one in particular is, well, whatever. Points. Recording. He definitely has fog of war hacks because he can see where the enemy's things located. But him idling the enemy's vills 30 minutes onwards is the obvious one. So I think what he's saying here is that drill time has fog of war hacks, although it might not be so obvious to the untrained eye. However, there is no denying that he is using idling technology on the enemy here. I don't know how he does it, but let's just take a look. I'm also not here to judge, but we are just going to look at the facts objectively. And I think after watching this game X number of times, I can show you some of that map hacking as well. So right off the bat, straight to the rhino, straight to the sheep. Okay, that's possible. You go around in a circle. But look at this. These two sheep are right over yonder. Goes straight for them, stops as if a waypoint was set there, and then goes back to the TC. Okay, possible, not very probable. Now, if it was me doing the Berber Villager Rush, I would be scouting around, and he was on this side, so I would walk this way around. However, Moonkiller, aka Drill Time, I kind of want to call Moonkiller just because I don't want to believe that this is really Drill Time, but the facts speak for themselves. Straight to these sheeper, like a homing, bleeping missile over here. Collects those two sheeps. Blue is over here, gets them back, and now we have a little scuffle about those sheep. Okay. Definitive proof? No, nothing definitive yet. Finds the wood line, perfectly walks around the TC. I would have definitely lost my scout to the TC 7 times over, but, it is what it is. Now, this is interesting to me. Obviously wants to go for that wood line, finds the barracks basically instantaneously, going to deny that, and now he's going to walk around immediately, it looks like he was targeting the berries, but it does kind of make sense that you would go this way around rather than that way around to get to the wood. Although I would argue that sometimes you would like to sneak attack and surprise that wood line so that they don't get the small walls up. Allay, allay, allay. There's nothing really here of value that we can analyze. I promise you, just stick with me here. That's also why we have it on 4 times speed indeed. Now, something very interesting happens over here. Now, he does not spot these men-at-arms with any of these villagers. Just want to point that out. However, he does decide, and I watched this several times, whether or not he finds these or not, does not find these, with several of his villagers, decides to just straight up evacuate. Okay, that's a little bit sus, in my opinion. Now check this out. Blue goes for a lumber camp over here. Why are they waiting here? Why aren't they constructing a lumber camp? It's like they're already anticipating blue coming over here. Absolutely nuts, in my opinion. But it gets so much nuttier. So nutty, actually, that blue starts to realize that there is foul play going on in this particular game. Or at least it appears that there is foul play going on. I'll let you be the judge once more. But this one is just so dang obvious. You might as well just give yourself 50k of resources. Oh, I haven't seen anything yet, Poop Lord. Don't worry. Don't worry. You will. Just be patient, my fair friend Watson, as it is surely to blow your frickety frank mind. It blew my mind in all the wrong ways, to be honest with you. I'm actually kind of angry, one, that I have to watch this over and over and over again. The game is still pretty even overall, 19 to 22, but it's the militia that have really been putting in work for blue. Japanese have those faster attacking. Also, they have been able to replenish their lumber camps, mills, and mining camps significantly easier. Okay, fighting. Going on over here. Coming forward with a bunch of villager. I like this play, actually. Going to go for a mill over on these deer. Cool. And this is actually where it starts to get really sketchy. Give it a couple more in-game minutes. Nothing too crazy yet. I mean, obviously you can see all this stuff. Yeah, blah. You can see that I'm like really annoyed that I've had to cast this several times, because every single time I miss one thing or another, because there is just so much going on. So he goes to this bottom over here to get wood safely. That's going to be relevant a little bit later on, but right now let's take a look at this wood line. Wait for it. I'm telling you, just wait for it. T90 said watch at about 30 minutes. It actually happens slightly before 30 minutes already. I'm telling you, just wait for it. I promise you. It will be good. Well, not really good. It will be kind of horrible in a lot of different ways, because cheating will become more and more clear as time goes on. So I already saw some idling over there. They're just constructing a lumber camp, right? What are we watching? Paint drying on a fence? No, you'll see. You'll see. I'm not just joking you over here. Idle. Okay, well that's strange. I mean, one man getting idle, it can happen. Maybe he bumped into this guy over here. Just wait. Another idle on the wood line. Huh. That's interesting. Another idle on the wood line. Idle on the gold. Idle on the food. Huh. Okay, well maybe he didn't have enough wood to reseed farms, or maybe he has reseeding clicked off. I hear you say, just wait. It becomes abundantly obvious in a very short period of time. Now, I will keep watching over here, but there's actually something else going on right over yonder. Remember that secret lumber camp that I mentioned before? Okay, so real quick, exactly what he can see. I guess he could have sun over here, but why didn't he start running now? Why is he first constructing houses? Because they're going this way, right? They're out of vision. Just wait. This is like either a master evacuation over here or something fishy is going on. Like I said, I really analyzed this a whole bunch of times. Okay, so still on the wood, still on the wood. Why is he not evacuating the woodline if he was going to evacuate? Now, these villagers are coming forward. However, these men-at-arms are over here. Going over here, realizes he can't see this. Once again, he cannot see this. That he's going to be spotted. Cannot see this. He has not been able to see this. He's already evacuating. What? Okay. That's super sus in itself. Now, let's go back to looking at idols. Oh yeah. There's going to be a lot of idols. Just look at this blue bar over here throughout this next period of time to see the amount of ridiculousness that is occurring. Idle. 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 Why are these villagers going idle? It makes no sense. This is 1.9k, 2k ELO, and it's abundant and redundant over and over and over again. It's happening on this mining camp. It's happening on this gold. It's happening on this wood. It's happening on this gold. It appears to every once in a while happen on the farms as well. Maybe because he has too many tasks on there, or like all the idols are just like what? So you hack and still lose. Blue is even aware of it. It's like when you're playing cards and your opponent gets pocket aces, and you're like, oh, okay, you got pocket aces. That happens all the time. Totally normal. Look at this. Look at this. He knows that they're over here and then just dip, dive, ducks, and dodges. I'm sorry I didn't put the exact vision, but I can tell you right now, he did not know that those men-at-arms were over there and perfectly dipped out of the way there. Talking about idols, idols are still accumulating absolutely everywhere the eye can see. It's just idol after idol after idol after idol. It's like this man has pocket aces every flippin' hand. And maybe that would work against somebody who's never played before. But this guy isn't a fool. He knows what's going on. He even calls him out on it. And I think if this happened to me, if all of my villagers were going idle all of the time, I would also point it out. Because this is ridiculous. Look at this. There's like 7 to 8 idols all the time. Like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me we're talking 20 to 30 times freaking over. It's like, ruh-roh, Raggy. I think he might be reading over here. The amount of, like, what are all these villagers doing? I mean, I can't even, like, count them all because Blue is constantly tasking them back to do their jobs, which they should be doing regardless. It's like they've all had too many Scooby snacks or something in that nature. This cheat should just be called the Scooby snack cheat or something ridiculous. in that nature. I don't even know what to do at this point. Like, do I actually just cast the game for what it is, or do I just continuously point out how there are villagers absolutely everywhere going idle? And I love that I have the idle villager mod because it makes it so much easier to do. It's just disappointing, to be honest. The thing that really gets me is like, what's the point? At first, especially in the beginning half, because I analyzed the beginning half several times with the vision and whatnot, I was saying to myself, okay, maybe I want to see things that aren't there because, you know, I respect T90. He's inspired me as a caster. Maybe I'm just believing his word over looking at the actual evidence. But after watching to this midsection of the game and just seeing the sheer amount of idols that are occurring randomly. I mean, just look at, yeah, look at this. Blue's pointing it out. Make my eco idol all you want. What? Says Penetrator. That's interesting too, the name thing. I don't know why that's a thing, but that's a thing. I'm going to report you. He knows he's getting cheated. It's so obvious. Look at this. The amount of the idol bar over here. The amount of idols all over the place. And kudos to Blue for still kicking this cheater's butt. I know. I said I wasn't going to pass judgment and whatnot, but come on. It's still occurring. Just look at one villager for a certain period of time, and they will become idle after a while. Let's look at this woman. That man's idle. He's just walking to another stone pile. I love how I said this, and of course it's this woman up here that became idle, not this woman over here. But the point I was trying to make is that there are way too many idols occurring for this to be logical. And you know what? Blue is a champion. Kicking this individual's... I'm not even saying drill time at this point. I should. GG. Really well played. Sketch. All over in my opinion. Was that cheating? Was that not cheating? Make up your own mind. Don't take my opinion for it. Just look at the evidence that I have presented here to you. And make up your own mind. Don't be a sheep. Do some research. Keep walking. Thank you, T90, for sending in this video. Maybe not what I would have liked to have seen or shared, but it is important that we cut out this cheating epidemic, cut out some of these ridiculous exploits, like the continual pause, like the crashing the game in team games that some people do, and make DE just better for everyone. Because we as a player base deserve that. And I found this very relatable to life. There are always going to be people who are cheating the system, who cross certain lines that shouldn't be crossed. And you as an individual should stand up for what you believe in. Never give in. Never give up. Keep walking. And don't let your memes just be dreams. Poop blurt out. Oh, and if you do see this behavior from other people, report, please.